We are the Columbus Chew, and this is our Week 2 matchup versus Crimson Seabad and the Detroit Steelwings. The Columbus Chew would like to acknowledge the valiant efforts of Bookie Aim and Pablo, who helped make this video possible by jetting our mons and recording our video. As you can see, we've brought some of our other agents with us this week. Agent Penance, the Mega Ampharos, gets its debut, as well as Ruin, the Celebi, and Mind Show. If you like the efforts the Columbus Chew are putting forth to bring down the GBA, hit that like button. As the battle begins, each team decides who will be going first. Recompense, the Mind Show, will be first. Crimson leads with his Desuken Cofagrigus, the Karu Girl. Mind Show, will you turn out? And Cofagrigus will make its first layer of toxic spikes. Ruin comes out, expecting the possible Will-O-Wisp or Toxic. Having Natural Cure, it can switch out, making that move null. As he continues to set up toxic spikes, we set up Stealth Rocks, and he knocks off our leftovers. We'll go for a Leaf Storm, and for the second turn in a row, a large attack is missed in the first couple turns. The GBA is paying off the RNG gods with offerings of hatred, vile putrefaction, in order to keep the score stacked against the Columbus Chew. At this point, Celebi is just going to U-turn out. It cannot 1v1 this Cofagrigus, especially while it's missing Leaf Storms. While Cofagrigus has Pain Split, it's able to continue to keep its health at a maximum. And now that toxic spikes are down, it makes it very hard for the Columbus Chew to maintain momentum without whittling down the team slowly. Recompense goes for a knockoff, but Cofagrigus has the Darkness Weakening Berry. Again, it will Pain Split and not get very much health back. But Cofagrigus is proving a problem for this Columbus Chew lineup to break through. Coach Z continues to whittle down the Cofagrigus, but unfortunately with Cofagrigus out, it cannot U-turn in order and get its regenerator boost. At this point, a hard switch out may have been in the better interest of Coach Z. Unfortunately, he did not think of that at the time. Ruin comes back out, who again is able to remove the toxic poisoning when it is switched out. At this range, a Leaf Storm would do a ton of damage. Real Steel comes out, the Jirachi. The Leaf Storm hits and will do very little damage as it is a resisted attack. At this point, it is a speed tie between the two Pokemon, and Jirachi gets its Stealth Rocks up. Not wanting to take any more toxic damage, Celebi U-turns out. Out comes Ampharos, making its debut. Ampharos is toxic. We'll get to Mega Evolve. And out comes Donphan. Was Coach Z able to predict this switch and not go for an electric type attack? Or did he go for the safe play and Dragon Pulse? Unfortunately, Coach Z fell right for the trap, and a free turn of toxic damage is given. Miasma comes out. For those of you who are confused, thinking miasma was said before, miasma is not the same. Miasma is a putrid gas expelled from a rotting corpse, named after the rotting corpse of the GBA and the vile gases that are emitted from it. Donphan is scared out by the Weezing. Jirachi is switched in and gets burned by a Will-O-Wisp. Miasma, however, is forced to come back, as it did not want to take the risk of this being a special Jirachi, as special Jirachi did much more damage against the team, and we do see the special attack Psychic come out. Unfortunately, with this toxic, Ampharos' bulk ability has been greatly diminished. Penance is forced to switch back out, as it would not be able to take another psychic attack. Another psychic attack comes out, and Exadrill takes the psychic. Jirachi is switched out, and the defensive wall of Cofagrigus is brought back to eat the incoming earthquake. Unfortunately, the incoming earthquake is not going to be enough to take out the Cofagrigus, but a second one will easily take it out. Out comes the Thundurus, which is immune to the earthquake. Ruin will be switched in, more or less, as switch fodder, because not much will be able to be done at this point. At this point, the Thundurus sets up a nasty plot. This makes it very hard for the Jirachi, for the Celebi, who is taken down by a Thunderbolt. Recompense comes back out and threatens to hit the Thundurus with a fake out. Cementos is switched in. Cementos will take the fake out. Recompense is forced to U-turn out here and get some regenerator health back, as its HP was very low. Miasma comes back out as the answer to Donphan, and Cementos goes for the knockoff, knocking off Miasma's black sludge. Cementos will be switched out into Mountain Lady, who avoids the Will-O-Wisp. Another key attack missing. Miasma is forced to go for a Will-O-Wisp a second time. At this point, it would have been very easy to take this down to a very low health, as Pain Split could have been used. Kangaskhan is just going to roar out the Weezing after it gets to use its flamethrower, thinking possibly that Jirachi could have come back out. Mountain Lady is back to full health. Here, the Kangaskhan goes for Protect, and Penance is going to get off a rest, avoiding the KO. This means that Penance will be asleep for 2 turns, making it fully healthy. Mountain Lady continues to go back to full health from leftovers, taking only burn damage at the end of this turn. Penance is switched out and Recompense is brought back in, gaining a little bit of health back from the regenerator. Again, the Kangaskhan sets up a wish, being able to bring anything that switches in off of this almost back to full health. Recompense is switched out to get some more regenerator health back. Ampharos comes out to burn a turn of sleep, predicting the Protect to possibly cause high jump kick damage. Cofagrigus comes back out and gets the wish from Kangaskhan, taking it almost back to full health. Cementos will be switched in here as the first turn of sleep from Mega Ampharos is burnt. One more turn of sleep and it will wake back up. It switched back out and Miasma comes in. Cementos is switched out and Real Steel has brought back in. The fact that Coach Z has made the same switch every time Dawn Fan has come in was picked up by Crimson and capitalized. Irreverent comes in to take the psychic attack. At this point, Jirachi is at very low health. Real Steel gets switched out, and Cofagrigus will be brought back in to take an Earthquake. Earthquake is going to do a significant amount of damage, but not enough for a 2-hit KO. Irreverent will be switched out and Miasma will come back in. And Cofagrigus is switched right back out into Mountain Lady. After turn effects leaves Mountain Lady just less than full health. It's going to use Protect to see what the Weezing will do, and it pain splits, trying to bring Kangaskhan down to as low a health as possible. Mountain Lady will be switched out, and Real Steel will be brought back in. Miasma goes for Will-O-Wisp, trying to catch something else on the switch-in, but unfortunately, it is Real Steel who is already burnt. Coach Z switches out Mega Ampharos, trying to get another turn of sleep burnt. The energy ball is sent out here, predicting the Exadrill, which has been switched in previously. Mountain Lady will come back as the last turn of sleep is burnt off of Mega Ampharos. Mega Ampharos will be waking up the next turn it is in the battle. Mountain Lady is going to set up the wish, and we are going to rinse and repeat this vicious cycle of his team being able to damage us. Mega Ampharos is going to Volt Switch out there to try and get something else in. Recompense comes back out as the Kangaskhan has set up the wish. Mountain Lady will be switched out and Cofagrigus will be brought back in. These two walls are proving to be very hard for the Columbus Chews team that has been brought in to break. Cofagrigus again goes almost all the way back to full health, having taken a wish from the Kangaskhan. Recompense is going to go for U-turn, already having the mummy ability. No point at it not to get a little bit of chip damage as it's switched out. Miasma is going to come in here. It is going to get knocked off by the Cofagrigus. That does very little damage. Real Steel is going to be switched back out as Weezing goes for the flamethrower, catching it on the switch. That will be enough to take down the Jirachi. Weezing gets its first kill of the season. The Thundurus comes back out, not wanting it to get another free nasty plot up. The Weezing stays in. Penance is switched out. Because it is no longer asleep, it is poisoned on the switch in. Its ability activates. Thundurus is going to reveal that it has its Z-move. And it will be using all-out pummeling. Will Mega Ampharos be able to tank this hit? Mega Ampharos just barely lives, but is able to get off a Dragon Pulse. Unfortunately, this just does barely half to the Thundurus. But thankfully, we were able to get the Z-move out of the picture. Mega Ampharos goes down to a sludge wave from the Thundurus. Exadrill comes back out. Kagori switched back in. And Irreverent goes for the Rock Slide. That does very little damage to the physical bulk of Cofagrigus. Exadrill switched out, and Recompense comes back in. The Columbus Chew are quickly running out of options. Hound Dog is switched in. Recompense is switched out. Irreverent comes in, expecting the rock attack. Instead, it's going to go for an Iron Head. That's not very effective against Exadrill. Hound Dog is switched out. And Cofagrigus is brought in. An Iron Head removes the Sand Rush as the Mummy ability activates. Another Iron Head comes out, causing the Cofagrigus to flinch. Cofagrigus can no longer stay in. It is forced to switch out. Cementos comes in. Another Iron Head. It will not be enough to two-hit KO the Dawn Fan. And it will not get a second flinch. Dawn Flame goes for an Earthquake, taking out the Exadrill. Exadrill faints. Arbiter comes out. Mountain Lady is switched in. Arbiter uses Surf. Mountain Lady takes about 25% damage from the Surf. Manaphy will have to set up before it will be able to do any damage to this Mountain Lady. Believing that Mountain Lady will have to set up a Wish this turn, a Tail Gloat is also set up. Mountain Lady does set up the Wish. Already having seen the Wish Protect combo Will Coach Z be bold and go for a second tail glow, predicting the Protect to come out? Mountain Lady does go for the Protect, but unfortunately Coach Z does not seize that opportunity, goes for Surf, and another turn is wasted, just adding on the effects of the toxic spikes that were laid down at the beginning of the match. Crimson Seabad has used his wall core to slowly but surely whittle down the Columbus Chews team. Now the roar is brought out, and Mind Chow is switched back in. Mountain Lady now has the ability to sit in front of the team and roar out the remaining members. Cofagrigus will be brought back in. And knocked out. Mind Chow has finally taken down the Cofagrigus. Unfortunately, it no longer has the ability to regenerate upon switch out. The Arbiter switched back in as the last hope to beat this team is to catch a misplay or get recompense in, and hopefully scaring this out with a fake out. Unfortunately, it does not, and recompense will go down to the Thunderbolt. The second week in a row, the Columbus Chew have lost 4-0 to the team they were playing. The Columbus Chew found out that it was Crimson's birthday. Please go and wish Crimson, the victor of this match, a very happy belated birthday. This has been the Columbus Chew. These small setbacks have not changed our goals or our vision. We will bring down and expose the corruption that is seated atop the GBA. We will triumph, even if it is not in Pokemon battles. We will bring down the vile corruption set atop the GBA. The GBA's days are numbered.